Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana Midday.
Hello and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Emily Harless. You've probably heard about Ball State's ambitious plan for revitalizing the village. Some of that work is going to get underway as soon as this summer. NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker reports it's not only going to attract people to the university, but to the businesses already in the village.
Jack's Donuts, TIS, and Chavas are some of the businesses in the village getting new neighbors. 5 sites will be added to the village starting at the intersection of McKinley and University Avenue.
A site just east of the administration building, which would include a performing arts center, a hotel, a restaurant, and some retail space.
The process to start the revitalization plan has been discussed throughout the university for over a decade. The spark in conversation, the attraction to the village.
We're working for years to figure out how to approach some catalyst sort of environment into the village because it's not taking the direction that we wanted it to take.
Businesses on every corner have started to see the plans and say the new additions will keep their business booming.
Just like everybody in the village, more people means more traffic, means more sales.
As construction begins, the goal to keep the businesses booming.
Every business in the village will benefit from what we hope to grow in the next 2 or 3 years.
Construction is set to begin this summer with sites 1 and 2, and the set year for the revitalization plan is to be finished in 2025.
Sites 1 and 2 will include the sections the university will be using for educational purposes, with sites 3, 4, and 5 being directed more towards members of the community with housing and a bank. There is no plan to close off the village and surrounding areas for when construction begins. Well, another COVID booster shot may be on the way for Hoosiers. People aged 12 and older who have weakened immune systems and individuals 50 and older who received a booster dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine at least 4 months ago are now eligible for a second booster. That follows authorization Tuesday from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The Indiana Department of Health is advising vaccine providers that they can begin administering second boosters of them. In addition, the CDC says adults who received a primary vaccine and booster dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine at least 4 months ago may now receive a second booster dose of either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. There's good news for people in search of a paycheck. There are plenty of jobs available. Employers in the U.S. added 455,000 private sector jobs in March, according to the ADP employment report released today. That's higher than analysts expected, but is still lower than February's report. Most sectors saw gains in jobs aside from the information field, which held steady. Leisure and hospitality saw the biggest boosts with 161,000 new positions. The government's official assessment on the job market comes out Friday. U.S. military scientists have identified the remains of a sailor from Indianapolis who died in the 1942 Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The Defense POW MIA accounting agency said Navy Controlman Second Class George Gilbert's remains were identified through dental, anthropological, and mitochondrial DNA analysis. WXIN-TV reports that the federal agency says Gilbert was 20 and assigned to the battleship USS Oklahoma when it was attacked by a Japanese aircraft on December 7, 1941. The ship capsized and 429 crewmen were killed along with Gilbert. He will be reinterred on June 6 at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, otherwise known as the Punch Bowl. The Indiana state government is selling nearly $150 million of Russian-related investments. The announcement came yesterday when Governor Eric Holcomb visited a refugee camp for Ukrainians in Slovakia, where he also delivered athletic equipment and art supplies. The governor says he is continuing to look for ways Indiana can help Ukrainian refugees fleeing from the Russian invasion. Holcomb will continue his trip visiting Israel with a focus on economic interests. NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei and the 2 Russian cosmonauts who were on the Soyuz MS-19 spacecraft are back on Earth and in good shape. Despite the rising conflict surrounded with Russia, the craft landed in Kazakhstan this morning. Recovery crews were on hand to help the crew get out of the capsule. The 3 astronauts will soon be heading to their native countries. Vande Hei's 355-day mission was historic, breaking the record for the longest single space flight by a U.S. astronaut. NASA officials say this mission helped pave the way for, quote, future human explorers on the moon, Mars, and beyond. During the mission, Vande Hei and Russian cosmonaut Pyotr Dubrov traveled more than 150 million miles around the planet. Moving from cold to warm weather brings about a lot of changes outside and for many, the inside as well. NewsLink Indiana's Kara Porzuchek set out to learn how the change of seasons can affect one's mental health.
The past few weeks, the weather has been slowly changing from the frigid winter to a breezy and sunny spring. More people are out and about enjoying the sun that was hidden most days during the winter. Some students have found that this weather change has helped them in their everyday life. Ball State senior Reggie Mabels shares his experience.
I mean, definitely feel more motivated because I just feel like I can do more outside. Like, I feel more energized, I feel more motivated.
According to Healthline.com, exposure to the sun increases the brain's release of the hormone serotonin, explaining why during the winter, when there are shorter days, seasonal mood differences can be seen. Outside activities are common among people, and for those who enjoy them, they really lose that option during the winter. Sophomore Ball State student Allison Jester misses her favorite activity during the winter.
I like to go hunting for random things outside, like stuff to make projects with, and in the winter I don't really get to do that as much, so it's kind of sad.
Not getting sunlight can chemically harm your brain function, leaving one less motivated and with lower moods. Senior psychology major Hope Wood shares her insight on the subject.
That cold weather really can have an effect on your moods, especially if you're not getting a lot of sunshine intake. There is a lot of science behind like spending time outside, and so, obviously in the summer, if you're out and about feeling the sun, you're going to be getting a lot more of the vitamins and things that you can soak up from the sun.
We may only be given a sneak peek at the good weather and sunshine to come, but soaking it up when you can has the potential to help out your brain. Muncie, Kara Porzuchek, NewsLink Indiana.
Now here's a look at your NewsLink Indiana weather forecast. These are the conditions right now. It is 65 degrees under partly sunny skies. Hopefully you can enjoy today's warm weather. It will not stick around. We'll have a high in the 70s before rain moves in tonight. Now let's look at the 7-day forecast. When the rain moves out, colder temperatures move in. Expect highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s and 40s with several chances of showers. And that's going to do it for us this midday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Emily Harless. Be sure to tune into NewsLink Indiana tonight at 6:57 on Ball State PBS. Have a great rest of your day.